I got a soil biology PhD, and now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter.
I know, my degree was in Chicano Studies and Film.
It was what?
Chicano Studies.
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film.
So today we're going to be taking a look at something we touched on a little bit when we're talking about the job market and student debt, and that is the college degree and seemingly how worthless so many of them have become in this climate. When everyone graduates with the same piece of paper, it's not nearly as special as what it used to be. The bar then gets raised when we're talking about job listings. Everyone needs a bachelor's, then everybody needs a master's. Then on top of it, you need years of experience just for the same low pay that we've all seen. And I'm just currently talking about degrees that most people would say are worthwhile to get. So when you get a degree in basket weaving or all the jokes that we've seen online before, you are just making your life exponentially harder. We have a ton of stuff to go over today along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's start off with a very popular clip going around recently with a very interesting PhD choice.
Getting crushed by capitalism is like so cringe, but it's like it's happening to me. And like I got a PhD from Berkeley, and like I can't get a job to save my life. Like I got a soil biology PhD, and like now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter. And like part of that is because like I don't want to like move to some random place in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know, I feel like there are definitely issues when it comes to capitalism, but you willingly choosing a soil biology PhD and then being shocked at how difficult it is to find a job along with not wanting to move out of your local area doesn't really seem like a capitalism problem to me. And as you could see the creator turning off the comment section for this video, you could understand the reaction most people had, but there is a little bit of a part two to the story.
I feel so stupid for listening to everyone in my life who said that if you follow your passions, the money will come, because I got like a whole ass PhD in soil biology because everybody eats, right? Everybody like wears clothes, and I thought that like sustainability was important or whatever. And now like where are the jobs?
I don't know. I feel like that probably should have been researched before you got a doctorate, what the potential job market looked like for your degree. I think this also goes along with a comment from one of you guys. My grandmother always told me to do what you're good at, not what you love. Within a few years, you'll end up hating what you love. Make enough money with what you're good at so you could do what you love as a hobby. How many times have we all heard follow your passion and you'll never work a day in your life? That's most likely the case in today's world because you'll be unemployed, but unfortunately following your passion has put you into 5 or 6 figures worth of student debt and no job at the end of the road. We have another clip up on screen here. For some reason, when they all told me fashion degrees are useless and no one's getting hired, I didn't think it would apply to me. So many people think that they're the exception and not the rule. Currently in fashion school, and from what I've noticed from my own professors, you really can't get anywhere if you don't take that first unpaid internship from hell and connect with your boss's boss, and then at the same time have an actual job to pay your rent, and then also somehow be heavily involved on campus. It really seems impossible to me. I asked you guys, do you know someone with a degree that they don't use? And there were a lot of comments. 90% of the people that graduated, film degree, now I'm a CNA. Yeah, my ex-wife. I know someone who had a full ride scholarship to a 4-year college. They got a degree in English and now work for minimum wage. Me, I got a master's in marketing, research, and analytics. An acquaintance once, degree in zoology. Medical coding, $15,000 so you could get a customer service job. I have a psychology degree. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. My friend has a pharma degree. College of Pharmacy cost $140,000 and worked as a pharmacist a little bit, but he quit because it sucked. So you're back at square one. A bachelor's of science grad that became a manager at a pet fish store. I could really go on and on, but I think you guys get the picture. We could just move on to the next example.
So you went to community college for a decade?
I know, my degree was in Chicano Studies and Film.
It was what?
Chicano Studies.
Hold on, I'm real white. So I don't know what Chicano is.
Really? What?
I'm from Michigan. I saw one Mexican my entire life until I moved to Texas.
What? You need to go to LA. Chicano, it's a culture. Mexican American.
And you got a degree in that?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yeah, I wanted to connect to my roots.
Cool. Go to cultural landmark or read a book because you're not getting a job in Mexican American studies.
But I could go back to school.
We're just going to go straight to the comments for this one. The real scam is that colleges offer this as an option. As ridiculous as it sounds, they wouldn't offer it if people didn't take it. As a Mexican American, I'm not wasting my higher education on my roots. I could literally just talk to my grandma if I wanted to know more or read a book. That's what I was thinking. Wouldn't you just be able to talk to your own family about it? As a Mexican from Mexico, living in Mexico, that degree is absolutely wild. Why is this even a degree? It took her 10 years to get a degree in her own culture. She probably doesn't even speak Spanish. There was a ton of comments like that. I completely understand how difficult this job market is and how college kinda isn't worth it for a lot of people, especially with how expensive it's gotten compared to how low wages are for many careers right now. But when you start getting degrees like this, what am I supposed to say?
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film. You could produce, you could direct, you could PA, you could be a writer, you could profess. I want to showrun, be a showrunner. A TV showrunner is typically the executive producer / head writer of a series.
How much could you make in this field?
I don't know, like a couple 100,000, millions, I don't, yeah, if you're a showrunner, but it's like very few get to be showrunner, you know.
Again, kind of seems like zero research was done before you went to Columbia University. We've looked at it previously. It's around $60,000 to $70,000 a year to go to that school to get a film degree that even he said wouldn't really open up too many doors. You'd get the same type of jobs you'd get without that degree. And I've talked about it a little bit with you guys. I guess I would say I used to be on a similar boat to him. I went to a community college instead of a 4-year school because honestly my grades were not good. I guess overall that was a blessing in disguise. But I hopped around a couple majors until I landed on photography because I liked film, and that was the closest thing to it in my community college. But in the end, I did not want to make movies in California. I just like making YouTube videos, which newsflash, you don't need to go to school for. And for so many professional photographers or professional filmmakers, they didn't go to school for it either. They just did it. A lot of networking, putting your stuff on social media, very good work, is the way that most people grind out a career in that niche. But we could go over to some of the comments. Wasted 4 years. Bro went to one of the best schools in the world, but he sounds like he has no idea what he's gonna do. My daughter did TV production. Even her friends that got good jobs have all been laid off. The industry is so hard right now. So even if you are the real deal when it comes to this sort of work, you could still get laid off at a moment's notice. Another comment from you guys: when I graduated with my media studies degree, I realized quickly that it was for people with connections to get careers in film and radio. I had none. Fortunately, I graduated in 2014, so I was able to find a job in fast food and then retail immediately after graduating. I moved up to supervisor and then used a higher position to get another job, and now I'm a manager in event planning at a non-profit. There's always a way to pivot. You just can't be too picky on where you're going to start. But I will say that is much different than what you were initially going to school for, and there are many people who are realizing it now and cannot handle it.
My name's Morgan. In 2006, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in Women and Gender Studies. Next year will mark 20 years since I graduated. It's been a long and windy journey, but I've come to the extremely challenging conclusion that my degree was a mistake. The best sense I can make now, the overarching story, is that I was very young and insecure, full of anxiety when I got to college in 1999. I didn't feel power in myself. I was very shy, and I was looking for empowerment for myself, and college is not the place to be looking for that. College should be preparing people to find jobs.
And this is yet another one of the degrees that so many people joke about online. And because you're walking into these colleges or universities barely an adult, having to make choices and career paths that are supposed to be for the rest of your life, you could get roped into something that's just not worth it at all. And of course, it still sucks to realize that when you went in 1999, but imagine the difference right now doing it in 2025 with today's tuition cost. It makes the problem even worse with the student debt.
Top 7 degrees with the highest unemployment rate. Starting at number 7, we got computer science at 6.1%. A lot of companies scaled back entry-level hiring to focus on AI, and nowadays companies want entry-level people to have the skills of a senior while getting paid the salary of an intern. It's crazy. Number 6 is sociology at 6.7%. This one isn't really a surprise because if you don't have a specialty with this major, the market just doesn't favor you. Number 5 is fine arts at 7%. The bar to stand out in this major is pretty high, and unless you somehow blow up online, a lot of gigs just don't pay out well. Number 4 is graphic design at 7.2%. There are a lot of AI design tools out there, so the bar to enter into this field has lowered, and anytime there's new AI tools, companies think at least that they need less human labor. Number 3 is computer engineering at 7.5%. They're in a similar boat to the people in computer science. The tech job market just sucks right now, but trust, it will get better. Number 2 is physics at 7.8%, and this is one of the hardest majors out there with so much math. But outside of academia or research labs, right now there isn't really much placement. Number 1, and I don't think this is a surprise to most people because I think it's been pretty high up there, coming in at 9.4%, we got anthropology.
So I mean, almost half of what he went over is having some issues right now with AI. Not really too surprising when we look at the job market and how quickly it's advanced. And the comment section isn't much better. I'm studying computer science. You said graphic design. I just started computer engineering. So there's a lot of people currently getting those degrees while also knowing that it's not looking too good out there.
I am the perfect example of someone who went to college, got their degree, and never used it. So I have a bachelor's degree. My major was psychology and I minored in education, and my plan was to be a school psychologist. I realized that most of these people hate their job. I was originally an art major, but of course there was no way that I was gonna make money that way, so I did change my major to psychology. After I graduated, I still had the artistic itch and I actually tried doing paint and sips for a while. I'm 25 now and still do not have a career. It's just so crazy to me that I made a decision straight out of high school to choose a career for the rest of my life by getting this degree, when in reality at that time in my life I really would have no idea what I want to do.
Same, I have a bachelor's in psych and I don't use it.